Ah, wave of frost, huh? I mean, at least we've gotten rid of our vulnerability, but we're not exactly in an ideal spot for ice caves. But we have tons of piety, so we could always just start throwing every Fedhas themed solution at any problem that we come across, and maybe, just maybe, that will do the trick. Oh, Louise, 23% chance at banishment is way higher than I would like. Do I have any better sources of willpower here? Okay, that sling is kind of sweet. Double pips of willpower. That could be the ticket for us here, seeing as how I definitely don't really want to risk it. It does mean that we would not get the ice caves if we head straight there. So another potential option is to start off here by just trying to fight Louise and hoping that we don't get shuttled down. At the very least, you will die in an okay pace with 104 health. DCSS lore suggests Djinni consists of fire, so you'd wager any necromancy that animates corpses shouldn't work, but anything that affects the soul or spirit should be fine. Right, so yeah, that would definitely mean no zombies, no skeletons. Is there anything more spiritual in the necromancy realm? I guess something like Haunt kind of does, but it doesn't have the same, doesn't have quite that effect that we're aiming for here. But a very good point for sure, Thelfon. Okie dokie, what do we do with you, Louise? It's always so bad how my instinct is we can take them. 23%, no shot. Plus, we've already survived a trip to the Abyss on Djinni, and it went so well last time. How could it possibly do anything else this time around? But I guess maybe just this once, we'll try to play it a wee bit safer here. Excuse me. Don't really have time to make new friends. I'm on a mission, I'm afraid. There is going to be, if I had to guess, it's going to be a gosh darn kraken for us to work with here at some point. Okay, deep water, unable to be turned into bog. Good to know. I guess we'll just go with the old steamed mermaid route instead. Fantastic. Now you, on the other hand, my friend, are unfortunately in prime reaching out and grabbing territory. Fantastic. And might as well pick up Potion of Might, and should make room for this as well here. You know what, Vampiric Halberd I think is, for the most part, not going to be of any use for our character, and that is fantastic. And then take me back to D15, shall we? Maybe Dice Caves will still be around, though I kind of doubt it with the 170 turns, even at the slower clock speed that is being outside of the relevant floor. Somehow Jin never meshed well with you. You're not sure why. The reasons I like Jin were all the reasons you had a good time with Noel. See, that part of it makes a lot of sense to me, because Noel, I would say, was my favorite species before Jin were added. So I can agree with you there. I can see how Jin wouldn't be for everyone, because it's still, you know, it's the open-ended interestingness while also having the restriction of kind of being on tracks. You know, you're in your lane, you get whatever spells you get, and there's nothing you can do about it. But Noel, of course, is just the master of all trades, and it can be so much fun, depending on what ends up coming up in your run. And just being able to make use of literally everything that comes your way is always a fantastic time for sure. So this will hurt my cactus, but I think I'm okay with that. And we're just gonna head into the middle of the bog here and let all of our new friends come and say hello face to face here. Fantastic. A bunch of ogre zombies seems like a brilliant place for us to get going here. We'll have a decent forest by our side for the rest of the floor, as long as we don't manage to get everyone murdered immediately. No promises, my new friends, but would be nice for sure. We can keep you all alive. Amulet of Quaslel's approval. Well, unfortunately, Quaslel, I'm not looking for your approval this game. More of a Fedhas man myself, making sure we get... Ooh. Right, I forgot about the ice cave. It does seem like it's in this direction. It's subsiding rapidly. Oh no. I think we might have already been too slow just letting auto-explore do its work for us there. Unfortunately, slightly less than ideal. And how many zombies can this one fire elementalist take? The answer may surprise you. Far too many, unfortunately. But let's keep the manticore off that alarm trap if we can at all help it here. And unfortunately, I do believe our ice cave will be completely sealed up by now, unfortunately. But hey, it's not the end of the world. Again, it would have been a pretty sketchy place for us to hang out anywhere, being a bean comprised mainly of fire, but hey, it is what it is. So okay, let's switch over to our pure willpower build here, reach out and grab ya, and we should have no problems other than that risk for eternal damnation in the abyss. Not feeling too concerned about Louise there. So that is not too shabby whatsoever. It's looking like we're on pace to be able to just finish off the rest of D15 here without too many troubles one way or another. Of course, I'm immediately bracing myself to regret those words, but it seems like we're continuing on the up and up here, not too shabby. Oh, and I thought you were dead, my friend. There we go. And we'll just try to keep all of you as contained as possible, if we're able to here. Not too shabby. And beautiful. Alright, that's not going to do anything against our slimy pals here today, unfortunately. We could put up a little bit of a bog against them, I guess. Let's try that again. One of the few things that can actually poison even the slimiest of friends here. If we put up a huge version of said swamp, that is just wonderful. And rinse and repeat more of the same if you could, please. Fantastic. I guess, did we get... Oops, did not mean to walk towards you. I was actually just checking if we got any more spells while I wasn't paying attention. Doesn't seem like we've missed out on anything there, fortunately, so we'll just have to keep an eye out on the future levels. I think 21 might be one of the big ones. I've never actually memorized which levels actually result in new spells on Djinni, so I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head. But we'll let our cactus do most of the heavy lifting here. If you could please do so, my friend. Not too shabby. Reach out and grab you. And beautiful. Ooh, Ice Dragon Scales is an interesting prospect for future armor. Here definitely works with our kind of innate resistances. I guess, where does that leave me? Am I even wearing anything of RF, or do you get 2 pips? I think you get 2 pips, right? So that kind of sets us off at even here. That's not too shabby. AC increases by 9, so that's quite the improvement in our general physical defense. Lose out on a bit of regen, which is unfortunate, seeing as how regen is so overpowered on the Djinni, and in fact is probably why we're still doing decently well, even to this stage in the game with lackluster defenses, is regenerating 2 health a turn is just absurd. But let's see, if I swap over to you, leaves us with kind of decent resistances here. Can still cast everything. I mean, I think that just works. Oh, and hey, there we go. There was the ice cave of the hour. And I think we will just keep on keeping on here. There we go. Depths found as well. So, okie dokie. We're at the usual phase of trying to decide on our next few steps here. We'll probably head into vaults. That's generally where I like to go in this kind of middle phase of the game here. Go through a decent amount of vaults, maybe some depths as well, potentially even dip our toes into elf before we decide on our third rune and where we wish to go for that. Though, spoiler, it's probably going to be slime, if I had to guess. No promises, we'll see how the game progresses once we get a little bit closer to there. But I am generally a fan of slime for our third rune. It always feels like the safest option for us, by any means. And there we go, not too shabby. Blast all view, and we get Discord as our next spell. Cool, so we can finally talk with all of our gamer friends. And what is it you do here again? Drives nearby creatures into an insane frenzy, causing them to mercilessly attack anything and everything nearby with great strength and speed. Well, that doesn't seem terrifying to use whatsoever. I'm sure that will go swimmingly and never backfire in my face in any way, shape, or form. At the very least, it's not castable for a little while here, so that will have to wait. We will, for the moment here, just head right up to vaults. Gut instinct is to leave, and I think that probably is the right move here. But a little voice in my head is also saying that this would make a decent little army for us here. So if I could instead start reaping, try to murder everything as quickly as possible. Everyone stop hanging out in the swamp, please. Okay, well, unfortunately, decent amount of damage dealt to our friends while we were at it, but we do manage to make it through. I don't like how much convoking is liable to take place over the next few moments here, so that is just a wee bit rough in my books. Unfortunately, there's not a heck of a lot I can do to cut it off the pass. Oops, I actually meant to reach out and grab you, my friend. Let's try that again. I'm guessing the convoke went through. In fact, that pretty much confirms it. And look at that. Ooh, more convokers. Fantastic. That's not terrifying at all. I'm sure this will go swimmingly. No issues whatsoever. I ain't scared, you're scared, and all that good stuff. Oh, we did finally hit all of those caps that we said a moment ago, so that's wonderful. Can maybe train a bit more armor so we can continue spell casting even in our dragon scales here. And what else? We'll probably want to swap up to a better shield at some point. Ideally, like Kite Shield of Reflection or something along those lines. Seems like it would be wonderful this time of year. But unfortunately, no real guarantee that we have one of those. Let's maybe do a quick search. What are our shield options looking like in this day and age? +2 tower shield is also kind of interesting, though not very likely to be used at any stage moving forward. I could actually swap out the Buckler of Protection for this fire resistance one and just get kind of all of our resistances looking tip-top across the board. Doesn't seem like a terrible idea. But for now, let's just focus on killing everything in our path, shall we? Reach out and grab you, Phantasmal Warrior. Unfortunately, doing a pretty bang-up job of not dying a painful death, so that's a shame. Always hate to see that. Come on, Cactus Giant. I believe in you. I guess I could also help out a wee bit here. Do I have better options besides just swinging my mace? Scorch is something, I guess. It actually does a pretty decent job, if I do say so myself. I am very concerned about this. I was gonna say double convoker, but joke's on me. Triple convoker, of course. Oh gosh, this is gonna be a wee bit of a nightmare here, if I had to guess. So what can we potentially do to alleviate any concerns here. I mean, as long as our reaping is still up, I guess we do okay at keeping enemies at bay with just sheer body, just sheer numbers at the end of the day. Could chug a haste, I guess. Let's start there just in case we have to get the heck out of dodge in a fierce way. And otherwise, we can kind of just crawl down here and let most of our new friends come our way. We only have one zombie, so I think I'm more than happy to just reinitialize the bog here real quick. Everyone could come right this way. Come one, come all. Don't be a stranger, my new friends, if you could be so kind. Okay, Mighted Troll is probably dead, but let's just get a bit of insurance there, shall we? And then otherwise we'll reach out and grab these sons of guns. Only slightly terrifying things going on here, not the end of the world. Oops, I actually meant to reach out and grab you. And unfortunately, it seems like you're going to survive long enough to call in the cavalry here, but that's fine. We'll drink a wee bit of health. Then just try to get the bog out. Hide behind as many bodies as we can so we're not taking just constant fire from all the ranged folks around. Oof, oof, oof. I guess actually what the right answer probably was to bring up a wall of briars. Something that I've just been widely, not even underestimating, but underappreciating, underusing, I guess, is the easiest way to phrase it. But that's fine. We'll throw some down now just to keep ourselves in one piece, and then we should be able to just relax for a while, wait out a few turns so that we can heal up while all of our friends do the heavy lifting for us. Fantastic. Ooh, another Yaktar to add to the crew here. Beautiful. And there we have it. Nice little bit of an army. Ended up being way closer to a fight than I ever could have imagined to start off here. Just the constant slew of enemies. Fantastic. And unfortunately, we are unable to wear boots because I would very much like to put on good old Minodes here with that double pips of willpower. Sorely missing that, but hey, I guess it is what it is, and for now we'll just have to make do with what we've got here. Centaur friend, I feel like you were not our best option for the slime fight, but I guess you do you, and I'll believe in you no matter what you put your mind to. Okay, you're dead. I apologize, my friend. Never should have happened. Unfortunately, bad things happen to good people and good zombies as well, as we've come to learn here today. Ooh, but a File of Floods is pretty wonderful, so we'll try to ditch some stuff to immediately make room for that if we can. And what else have we got? The Potion of Brilliance. I'm guessing because it's not labeled as a useless item that it still does what it says on the tin, even for a Djinni character, and we get half the health cost on all those sons of guns, so that seems nice for sure. We'll immediately put up our Noxious Bog here at the risk of all of our zombie friends immediately dying. Sorry. Probably should have thought that one through slightly longer before letting it take effect. That's fine. On the other hand, I will, without thinking, just immediately snatch up a couple of blink scrolls. No price is too high for those sons of guns. So that is just fantastic. And how many zombies will this one slime get through? The answer may surprise you, unfortunately. But there we go. Okay, starting to settle in once again. Immediately my brain just wants to Noxious Bog again, but let's try to keep our friends around slightly longer this time, shall we? +5 cloak with strength -5 and a bit of int versus a +0. I think we'll stick with our current artifact here. Not too shabby. And then as long as we're away from walls, I don't see any harm whatsoever in the Frost Hearts. Already forgot your name. Honestly, that's more embarrassing for you than it is for me, my Frostheart friend, because you hate to be an enemy that is just quite so forgettable. Huh. The Stormbow, huh? Now that is a cool unrand art. Don't even have enough money, and when we do reach that, it would of course take all of our money just to buy it. Which I don't think we'll do, but I'll still mark it. It's still always tempting. I do love the ever-living crap out of that bow. That's something that we can kind of cross our fingers and hope that we see in the future ranged extended run, because it would be a lot of fun for sure to be able to use. But we'll have to see what the dungeon has in store for us there. Perfect. We can just get rid of that son of a gun. Put up some poison just in time for our slimy pals to make their way on through. Fantastic. Ooh, this is a dead end, so by golly, we better hope that we do all right against our slimy pals, and I think we should do just fine. That's enough poison to put down a raging Yaktar. Can't imagine it wouldn't do the same against some one slimy boy, rather. There we go. Fantastic. And we'll just keep reaching out, grabbing all of you Kiddlywinks. Beautiful. Not too shabby whatsoever. Ooh, and yeah, dire elephants basically our ideal enemy at this stage in the game. Kind of just abuse their AI completely and totally. In fact, can add in the extra effect of making them walk into my swamp. Beautiful. Can I hit both of you in one fell swoop? Not quite. Nah, that's fine. Not the end of the world, especially since we can just immediately reach out and grab you, maybe? Reach out and grab you. There we go. Beautiful. Okie dokes. Still find it wild that we managed to luck out so much on this character to get the majority of spells that you want in conjunction with one another on a normal run. I happen to run into most of them. Specifically BVC, Noxious Fog. Pretty potent combo with just the two. And then when you add in the kind of DPS of Starburst and the utility / defensiveness of a Cactus Giant, then I mean, you're just cooking with gas at that point. For sure. Unfortunately, we cannot bring our dire elephant friends with us because they are a pretty powerful little zombie pal for us, but not the end of the world. Hopefully we can find some new friends as we continue onwards and downwards here. I mean, a scroll of blinking basically as good as a friend, if you ask me. And with all of you kiddos, if we could just get you into a nice orderly queue, if you could be so kind, should do the trick. And we will just rinse and repeat. I guess we might as well be reaping the souls of the dead while we're at it. That seems like a prudent combination to throw into the mix here. Unfortunately, the slime is going to be a bit of a pain in the rear here, especially with the door being closed behind us, but that's fine. We'll just get some poison flowing through your veins here, my friends, and that should be enough to do the trick to start off here. Similarly, we'll let the boulder beetle learn the hard way why they shouldn't just charge headfirst into every encounter they come across. Beautiful. And let's see. All of my zombies versus one slimy boy. How you going? Not great is the answer, unfortunately. Come on, you can do it. You can... Nope. Okay, you tried. Honestly, that's all we can really ask for. I appreciate the effort, the motivation you put into it. Now, if I could just get this gosh darn slime to follow me, please, and thank you. There we go. That's the ticket there. Probably should have just brought out the cactus zombie slightly earlier, and we might have been okay fighting them just up front in the first place, but hey. Hindsight is 20/20 and all of that good stuff, of course. You could come right this way so we could reap your very soul. Please and thank you. Do appreciate it. Thank you for your time, my newfound zombis friend. What do I do with you? I guess that does the trick. Beautiful. Of course, undead things do not get raised. Much like our Djinni pal, they're not made of the right metaphysical materials to really make any sense in zombie form, but hey, that is fine by me, not the end of the world. You, on the other hand, very well could be the end of the world. Kinda hate that. Cactus zombie, please save me. Blasting, I guess it's not going to do much against the skull, which is kind of the problem child of it all here. In fact, I'm immediately starting to worry about our odds of survival here, so let's take our hands off the keyboard, slow it down a little bit, and just make sure we're not doing anything too stupid, shall we? In fact, the oak globe might be the right answer for us here. We can get some plants at our disposal. Some more plants at our disposal. An oak globe. Oh gosh. There is way too much going on here. Absolutely terrifying. Maybe like a wand of light. 98% chance to hit you. Let's start there. Beautiful. Okie dokie. Again, minorly terrifying, but nothing we can't handle here. Oh my gosh, Oaklope, you are kick-ass, my friend. Should probably use you Kidlywinks more often. We do have the PD for it. It does some incredible work, to say the least. In fact, probably should have been trying to turn a few of those dire elephants into some future friends, but not the end of the world. One way or another, and then the two of us, and then gang up on the Phantasmal Warrior. Not too shabby. Does mean we're ready for a new selection of friends here. See what we come across next. Congratulations, you're the lucky winner. Reach out and grab you and bring you over to our side. Convert you as much as we possibly can here. Beautiful. And let's try to keep going while we still have the effect in place here. Let's try to get as many new buddy old pals as we possibly can. The ugly things don't do exceptionally well on their own, especially just kind of the standard fare ugly things, not even the very ugly ones, unfortunately, but more than worth it for even just the dire elephant. I'm pretty happy with. Oh gosh, and where do I even start on skills? I guess spellcasting. Let's continue to crank you up, seeing as how we're not doing perfectly with Discord when we first got it. So level 9 spells probably going to be a bit rough as well, if I had to guess. And then evocations, always nice to have. Honestly, kind of just winging it at this point. There's not a lot that we are in desperate need of, so it's all kind of open-ended. Possibilities are endless. Oh, there goes my dire elephant skeleton. Taken from us too soon. You will be missed. Okay, wizard. Definitely try to take you out as soon as possible so we don't get any unfortunate abyss shenanigans going on for the second time of the run here. And that is beautiful. Okie dokie. Also get that mouse out of there, and let's finish off the rest of Vaults 2 here. It's felt like a long journey, to say the least. I'll just reach out and grab you. And blast you. Perfect. Sorry, zombie pals. No, it's not exactly the nicest treatment, but these things need to be done sometimes. And okie dokie. It's a start. It's quite literally something, even if I just get my new yak friend on our side. Ideally, we get a few more. I mean, kind of standard fare orcs. Not ideal at this stage in the game, but they'll do the trick. I'm sure they'll be helpful in their own right.